Roberta was truly the first recruit of mine. In fact, I had the opportunity to meet soon-to-be Dean Ness in the summer of 2008 before I was actually officially here. And we were down, the search committee was down to a final couple of candidates for the dean's job, Roberta Ness being one of those. And Dr. Shine, the Executive Vice Chancellor for Health Affairs for the system, had assured me that I would be involved in that search since this would be someone I'd be working with. And I met Dean Ness here in Houston. I was visiting here. She happened to be here at the time as well. We sat down. It wasn't exactly clear if she was interviewing me or I was interviewing her. But one of the things she was most excited about, in fact, was the fact that we had these regional campuses and that she could envision great things for the regional campuses. That really impressed me, among other things. Dean Ness, of course, had chaired the Department of Epidemiology at the University of Pittsburgh School of Public Health, the largest department in that school. She'd been the interim dean there for a couple of years, and I thought that the opportunity to recruit her here would be really a significant opportunity for us here at the Health Science Center in Houston. Interestingly, I found out later, Dean Ness and I actually overlapped at the University of Pennsylvania. One of her first academic positions, in fact, was in the early 90s at the University of Pennsylvania when I had just joined the faculty there. Despite the fact that we overlapped, we never met each other during the time she was at the University of Pennsylvania. Surgeons not necessarily seeing too many of their medical colleagues at a large place like that. But I was delighted to be able to offer the deanship to Roberta Ness to come here, and she joined us in November, has done an absolutely stellar job. I'm tremendously excited about the possibilities in our School of Public Health. I'm delighted to be here tonight with you to celebrate this 40th anniversary. And all that being said, I would ask you to help me to welcome Dean Roberta Ness.
Thanks for the warm introduction, Larry. You've been an ideal partner and an advocate for our aspirations. One of the great things about being firstborn or first selected is that you can do no wrong, right? As probably all of you know, I'm a born-again public health scientist, having started my career as an emergency medicine doc at a war zone hospital called Bellevue in New York City. One of the things that attracted me to public health is that it's a thinking profession, and one that saves not just one life at a time, but hundreds or thousands of lives. We in public health consider ourselves to be pretty logical. For instance, and since this is a celebration of the birthday of the School of Public Health, I recently realized that birthdays are good for you. They actually are. Statistics show that people who have the most birthdays live the longest. There you have it. Of course, birthdays are also a time of celebration. At the outset of our 40th year of the school, we hope this celebration to provide a venue for reviewing past accomplishments and embracing future aspirations. Tomorrow's symposium will be a hefty dose of that. Tonight is meant as a gift to you, a time for sharing friendships, and your attendance is your gift to us. We're very grateful that you're joining us tonight. It reminds me of an old joke about 40th birthdays. A man takes his wife out to dinner to celebrate her 40th birthday, and he says, "So what would you like, Julie? A Jaguar, sable coat, diamond necklace?" And she says, "Bob, I want a divorce." And he says, "I wasn't planning on spending that much." But seriously, many of you in the room have given your hearts and souls to public health, and I would like to specially acknowledge each of you. I would first ask that the alumni and the current students in the audience to please stand. If you're an alumni or a current student, if you could stand and let us recognize you. Many of you have heard the story of Jasmine Perez. I know Jasmine is here with us tonight. Jasmine, where are you? She's here somewhere. In any case, she was our student who's featured in President Obama's recent address to the nation's school. Her story of growing up in a small Texas town and only speaking Spanish is inspiring, and all the more so because she represents so many students at the School of Public Health. The School of Public Health has the greatest diversity, student diversity, of any school of public health in the nation. Our students use the tools acquired through their education to open new horizons. We're proud of her journey and the journeys of so many of our students. Many of the alumni here tonight have gone on to make enormous contributions to public health, and we hope that you stay forever connected to the School of Public Health. Next, please stand as well, all of the faculty and the former faculty in the room. If you'd please stand. And to all of you, I'd like to recognize you for your many, many contributions, both to the school and to making the public healthier. In particular, I'd like to give a special thanks to the regional deans and the faculty who have come in from Austin, Brownsville, Dallas, El Paso, and San Antonio to join us here tonight. Thank you for joining us. And last but not least, I'd like to ask that the staff of the school please stand. Anyone who's a staff member, please stand. It's okay. You can stand up. You're the folks who keep the ship running every day, and we are very grateful to you. To all of you, the history of this school is your history. Above all, I value you, all of you, more and more each day, and your commitment to the success of the school and to the work we do. Thank you very much. All of you, thank you. Other special guests include representatives from the University of Texas System, Dr. Ken Shine, our Executive Vice Chancellor for Health Affairs, from whom you'll hear more later, and William Sage, Bill Sage, our Executive Vice President and Vice Provost at UT Austin, Development Board and Executive Committee members, Jean Vaughn and Phil Conway, and other distinguished members of our Development Board. I'd also like to recognize the chair of the School of Public Health Advisory Council, Lan Benson, and the incoming chair, Julius Glickman, and all the advisory council members for your effort on behalf of the school. If you all would please stand and so we can recognize you. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. I'd also like to recognize the former deans in whose footsteps I walk. In the past 40 years, there have only been 4 deans of the School of Public Health, and 3 of them are in the room tonight. 2 of the former deans, Palmer Beasley, who was dean from 1987 to 2005, and Guy Parcel, who was dean from 2005 to 2008. If you could please stand so we can recognize you. Thank you. Now, many of you know very well about our first dean, Raul, otherwise known as Stony Stallones, a renowned epidemiologist who was identified by Dr. Mickey LeMaitre to be the first dean of the school, serving from 1967 until his untimely death in 1986. He set the course for the educational philosophy and put this school on the world map. His son, Dr. Jared Stallones, is here this evening from California, who's followed in his footsteps as an innovator, educator, academic, and now an author. Thank you for being here tonight. You want to stand, Jared? For those of you in the audience who may not have visited our Houston campus, we invite you to come by the 10-story Raul A. Stallones building, one of the only 2 named buildings within the Health Science Center at Houston, named in 1986 to honor Dr. Stallones and his impact. Finally, we have several government officials with us tonight. Can you please stand when I say your name? State Representative Carol Alvarado. It's here. She's here. State Representative Ellen Cohn. Jay Guerrero, representing U.S. Senator John Cornyn. and Alan Kirchhoff representing Governor Rick Perry. While you enjoy your dinner, a slideshow history of the school will be on the screens with special meaning for faculty, staff, students, and alumni. Thank you for being here on this special evening.